And welcome to the second project for Photoshop. Today we're going to be working with the paintbrushes and the opacity and different colors. So you're going to take black and white photos and you're going to color them by hand. What we're going to do first is open up Photoshop, of course, then go to File, Open, and we're going to find the Media Arts folder. Hello, Media Arts, and grade 10 for me, Unit 1, and you'll find a folder that should say Project 2, Coloring Project. Or if it doesn't say Project 2, it should say Project 3. Whatever it is, pick the Coloring Project. And in this folder, we'll find a number of different images that are all in black and white. And right now we're going to pick, let's pick Girl 1. Now, we're going to make this character, this image, a color image. And how do we do that? We're going to be using the paintbrush tool, which is right here. And with the paintbrush tool, you get a couple of different options. You're going to get a flow, which is 100. You're going to leave it at 100 for now. Opacity at 100. Pick a decent brush size. And we're going to color her skin. Now, what color is skin? Skin tends to be in the oranges. Okay, so we're going to click this little tab here, which is your color picker selector. The reason one is behind the other is that indicates foreground and background color. Whatever is in the foreground is the one you're going to be working with. Let's just scroll down to somewhere in here. Maybe a little bit darker. It's okay if it's a little dark. You'll find that Asiatic people have a little bit more of an orange tinge to their skin. Now, before we start, what you could do is you could start painting away like this, and that'd be all and good, but then we wouldn't be able to change the opacity, wouldn't be able to change anything, because over here on the background, it's locked. So I'm going to hit Control-Z to back up, and I'm going to make a new background right here. See this little page-turning looking symbol? Click that. So we're going to do everything on its own layer. So I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to paint her in, and just going to slap some color on her, just like this. And on her arm as well. It's okay if you get a little sloppy for now. That doesn't matter so much. Okay, paint in any other areas. Try and get a nice even coat all the way across her. Her shoulder looks like it needs a little bit more. That doesn't look like much, now does it? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to opacity. And we're actually going to change, actually no, we're not going to change the opacity yet. We're going to go here to normal. See right here where this drop down menu is, or drop up menu? You have a lot of different selections for the lighting and the luminosity. We're going to, it normally sets up here on normal, which is the default. We're going to select color. And when you hit color, it allows the dark and the light tones to come through in the picture. Let me show you what happens if we change it from normal. If we just left it on normal and we changed the opacity, you would lose all of your dark and light tones. All your highlights are gone. It's just like a big kind of fog that goes over top of the whole image. So we really want to make sure that we pick color so that we get that sense of tone value coming through. And then we can go over here to opacity and we can lower the opacity down a little bit. Looking a little yellow. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I kind of like that. Let's live with that. Now, each color gets its own layer. So if I'm going to go paint her shirt now, I want to make sure that I make a new layer. Because if you don't, what happens is you'll paint in layer 1 a new color, and then you won't be able to change the colors independently. So we're going to leave it on layer 2, and let's make her shirt red. Okay, this little slider moves up and down. Pick whatever you want. Let's pick red. Nice strong red. And let's paint this in. Like I said, you can get a little sloppy because we're going to go back in and we're going to clean it all up in a moment. Paint her red, just like this. There we go. And you can change your brush size if you want to up here underneath brush size. And now it's set to a hard diameter. Let's just lower that down a little bit. Okay, so now she's red. We're going to go over here to normal. When I click it, we're going to select color. And that looks a little bit more believable, but it's still too bright, so I'm going to change the opacity once again. Lower it down a little bit, just like that. Okay, wonderful. Now, I'm going to turn layer 2 off so that I can concentrate just on her skin and where we went over. Okay, this little eyeball icon right here just turns it off. It doesn't get rid of it, it just turns it off. And let's zoom in over here on there. We can see where the color has slopped over onto her shirt. And we're going to select that layer, and now we're going to pick the eraser tool, and we're going to go in, and we're going to try and erase. My flow is set low on the eraser, I want to set it high, and we're going to clean up all the coloring outside the lines that I did. Up here in my little navigator tool, I'm going to just erase like that, right up to the edge. Over here. Ta-da. Looking good. Okay, let's zoom out. Not too shabby. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with the red. We're going to turn off her skin tone so I can see where we went over. And we are going to select the red layer, and we're going to use the eraser tool. And we're just going to erase everywhere where I slopped and went out of bounds. You're going to have to pay really close attention to detail with this. I'm going much faster than you should be going, so don't worry about going slow. Slow means that you'll get a really good result. And I got a little bit over her leg here. Just like that. Great. Okay, not too bad. So right now we have, let me turn on layer 1 again. We've got skin tone, we've got her shirt tone, and what about pants? What color are leather pants? Are they just black? Well, what I like to do with leather pants is you find that when things are really, really black, they tend to have a bit of a blue hint to them. And, oops, I made a mistake there. You Control Z to back up because I don't want to be painting on layer 2. I want the pants all on their own layer. And this is eraser. I want the paintbrush tool. There we go. And we're just going to paint in all the areas basically that are white or have some sort of a gray tone to them. Okay, just like this. Any little highlights, and you'll see why in a couple of minutes. Maybe not even a couple of minutes, almost immediately. And I would really concentrate on getting that leg there covered up, just like that. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to change it to color, and we're going to lower the opacity. See? Doesn't it look a lot more believable now? We're going to back up. And then I would also go on and I would, I forgot to do her fingers, which are sitting behind her hair here. Also, you may want to consider what color the stainless steel, or it could be a brass background, or what color the carpet is. What is this little corner right here? What color would that be? You would also go in, I'm going to click on layer 1 again. I'm going to zoom in on her eyes because she looks like she has yellow eyes. And that's not quite right. Make them really small. You may have to make a really tiny little brush and go pixel by pixel. There we go, to bring the whites in the eyes out. She's got all these spotches all over her face because my paint wasn't going on evenly. You won't have that problem. There we go. Ta-da. Not bad. So you would do all of that. And we have 5 images. You're only required to do 3 of the 5 images. And this is the end of the demonstration.